Okay, so I have a small announcement to talk about. As of last week, I am now a part of the RMU Flugtag team. And if you don't know what Flugtag is, I don't blame you because nobody knows what it is. Flugtag is a competition put on by Red Bull throughout the country. It's in a different place every year, and they also do it in different parts of the world. Basically what happens is teams enter to try and be a part of this competition, and then Red Bull picks a certain number of teams to then compete. So RMU put in their name to have a team. They made a sign up, and I didn't apply. I got on because one of the guys that was on the team found out he couldn't actually go to the competition in the fall, so he dropped out. And then my professor that I'm working with for the outreach was helping out with it. He asked me if I wanted to join, and I was actually pretty excited and more than happy to join. It was something I had an interest in doing when I heard about it in the spring, but I didn't know if I was going to be here this summer to work on this project, so I didn't apply. Basically what Flugtag is, though, is teams either take it seriously or they don't. So you put on the music goes over this loudspeaker. You're on like a 22-foot platform. You do a 30-second dance or something with your team. After the 30-second dance, you basically are pushing, your whole team pushes the base of some design that is then holding the glider up, or your glide design, or whatever it is. And then one person is holding onto the glider. So then you push them off of this 22-foot ledge over the river, and then you just try to see how far they glide. Some teams take it seriously, and they try to go as far as possible. Other teams, the guy is sitting on top, and then as soon as they push it off, the guy just jumps off to try and go as far as he can, or she. And then other teams, they push theirs off the edge, and it does like a barrel roll, and then it dives straight down. Most teams, you either go 0 feet, and as soon as you push it off, it does a nosedive straight to the water, or you go like 50 feet or 70 feet or whatever, and there's not really much in between. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's a pretty big event. Nobody seems to know what it's called or what it is, but it's a pretty big event. It's on ESPN2, and then there's a ton of people that show up and go to watch this thing, and it's just like a big fun event. So I'm pretty excited and pretty happy to be a part of it. Now for us, we're going to try and do it kind of seriously. It's just a team of engineering students, so today we went to Lowe's and bought the parts and stuff that we needed to build this thing. The guys that are on the team have been planning the materials list and the design for like a month now. Since I only joined last week, I'm kind of just jumping into the middle of their whole entire situation. So we went today, picked up the materials for it, and then we're going to start building on Wednesday. Public relations for RMU is doing a small video series, and they're trying to get some publicity for it. The whole thing is to give this good publicity for the university, so we're actually going to try and do well. Some teams don't take it too seriously. Their designs are kind of shoddy, and they're clearly just there to have fun, which is cool. I mean, we're going to have fun with it either way, but we're going to try and go as far as possible, so it's pretty exciting. So that's pretty much Flugtag. If you have any other interest in what it is, I suggest looking up some videos. It's kind of just a wacky event that Red Bull puts on, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know, just a fun thing that we got to do this summer. So I got done relatively early today, came back here, chilled for a minute, and then went to the gym, and I still have tons of stuff, or not tons of stuff, I still have tons of time to kill today. It's only before 4. The gym doesn't take a ton of time, but the thing is that once I get back from the gym, it was so hot out today. It was one of those days where it's so sunny and so nice, but it's 95 degrees, so I did a little bit of running outside, and I came back and my body was just on fire. So the air conditioner was going, this fan was blowing in my face. I was sitting here watching some YouTube just trying to cool off, and I literally sat here for probably 35 minutes before I even got in the shower, and then I was still hot when I came out, so then I watched some more, and I've been chilling here for a little while. So the whole entire endeavor of going to the gym is 2 hours and 15 minutes at least. And so now I'm ready to continue my evening. And so right now I'm actually getting ready to leave. Okay, so I am braving the heat and driving to any place that sells technology, anywhere, to actually look for a camera to replace this one. This camera's okay, but there's some things that I'd like to have on a camera that this one doesn't have. It's definitely good for what I use it for, because I beat the heck out of it and I don't care about it that much, so it definitely works, but there's some things that I'd like to have on one that this doesn't have. I mean, first of all, the image quality isn't the greatest, And second of all, I'd love to have a screen that flips up or flips around so I can see myself when I talk, or be able to set up images better. Because there's a lot of times I set up the camera and I'm just kind of guessing as to how it looks, because the angle of where it's sitting, I can't actually look at the screen. Also, I'd love to be able to zoom in without having to press this little thing on the top that zooms in. I'd like to be able to do it like around where the actual, I don't know, whatever you call this little apparatus in the front, like zooms out. A way to zoom like with kind of like with a real lens, where I don't have to use this little button on top to zoom in, because actually when I press that thing, or like tilt it I guess, to zoom in, you can actually hear this thing zooming in on whatever it is, and I feel like that's just not ideal. So I don't know, I've been looking at some online and I've been doing a little bit of research, so I'm just at the point where I know what I think I want, I just don't know what style I want or what brand. So I just need to feel, part of the problem is also like it's very hard to see the sizes online. Like they give you the dimensions, but it's hard to really visualize or feel what the difference is between one or the other. So I just want to be able to hold one and be able to feel how it feels in my hand. Because you know, when I hold this, like I face it towards myself. So if I want like a big DSLR, it's going to look weird turning around to hold it, so then I'm going to have to use this tripod. But if I get something called a mirrorless camera, it's a little bit bigger than this, but the image quality is very close to a DSLR, it would be still good enough where I can just hold it in my hand and spin it around. So there's just some things I want to look at. So I'm heading out to probably Best Buy, although since I always seem to find myself at Best Buy, I kind of know what they already have. And then there's like Target out there, so I'm going to check Target. And then there's a Walmart near my school, so I'm going to pop in there and just, I don't know, see what they have and see what I can hold and feel, just to get a better idea of what I want. Gosh, it is so hot out. I've been in this car for like 5 minutes and I'm dripping. Like, I was in the car for a minute and there were sweat beads just dripping down my forehead. Like, it's insane. I've got the air cranking right now, but it's just doing absolutely nothing at this point because it's just too hot. Gosh.
And if you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. I know that you love me, even when I lose my head.
Okay, I am leaving Best Buy now, leaving that complex. That was actually, I wasn't in there very long, but it was very productive, I'd say. I got to hold a couple different styled cameras that I already saw online. There were a couple that they didn't have that I wish they would have had that I like to hold, because I know that they're a little bit smaller than the ones I held, I mean. But it was still real good. I found a model that I didn't know about between two Sony cameras. I didn't realize there was one in between, so that was actually really good to find, and I was actually the one that I think I like the best so far. I think I decided that a DSLR, which are usually like the bigger, clunkier ones, probably not the thing for me just because of the sheer size of the thing when I held it, although the one I held was like a pretty decently sized modeled camera, so I'm thinking that that's probably why I didn't like it that much. I am now on my way to the second stop, which is one of my favorite places to go as far as like shopping goes, so I'm kind of excited. I haven't been there in a while. Yeah, it's Target. I really like Target, and you know, it's not my first time, so I found what I needed in a jiff. I'm just walking around now aimlessly because I didn't drive all the way out to Target not to enjoy my time at Target. Alright, so Target, love going to Target, like any excuse to go to Target. I walked in there and they had like basically similar models of what was at Best Buy, but they had like one model that was different that I was looking at already. It was basically the model just barely below the one that I saw at Best Buy that I didn't know existed. They had at Target, and it felt pretty much the same, so I'm gonna have to go online and see the specs and see what's really different between the two, if the price, if it's that much different, if it really matters which one you get. Also, I'm gonna have to see if that is the brand that I want, because like the brand that is Sony, that those two are, and I was looking at Canon also, but they didn't have a lot of Canons at the other place as far as like the mirrorless cameras go, which is what I'm looking at. They had all the DSL, they had a couple DSLRs for Canon, so I'm gonna research which is better. I'm pretty sure that Canon and Sony are like pretty much neck and neck, and you can't go wrong with either one. So it just depends, like, if you end up buying lenses for them, you can't use like a Sony lens on a Canon camera, obviously. So if I would ever like upgrade to a DSLR that then is Canon, and I already owned a Sony with like 1 or 2 lenses, then I would have to re-buy those lenses for the Canon. Not that I would buy lenses right now anyways, but some of the deals I saw online came with like 2 lenses, so it's just all that kind of stuff that I gotta think about. I was gonna go to Walmart too, but I just don't see the need to at this point. Those 2 stops were productive. I got to hold them, see the weight, you know, feel how it felt in my hand, and I think I know pretty much what I need to look up and see if I want to make a decision here, if I want to make that kind of a purchase or not, and we'll go from here. I'd just like to point out, because I'm just at this light, I hate this light because there's 3 of them up there. There's only 2 lanes, and so you can only go right or you can only go left. So I don't know why the heck there's 3 lights up there, and I don't know why the heck the one is like this big one with, you know, the 2 on and whatever. I don't know. I don't understand. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, instead of going to Walmart, it's Monday, and it kind of just has become like my grocery shopping day. So by Monday, I end up, you know, needing to buy things. So going to the grocery store. I could have done my grocery shopping at Target, but I have a card for Giant Eagle that I get, you know, discounts on their products. So I feel like it'll be cheaper for me to shop where I've already been shopping than at Target. And in case you're wondering, yes, I am still sweating profusely in my car right now. And yes, the air is on. It's insane how much of a hot box this car is when it sits for 8 minutes. It was a little more than 8 minutes, but still, gosh. Okay, so I just got back. You know, grocery shopping is what it is. I got the things I get pretty much every week. Don't know when I'll be catching up next. I have off in the evenings all this week until Friday. I work pretty much all day, and then Saturday I work pretty much all day, and Sunday I also work pretty much all day. So hopefully I'll be doing some stuff in the evenings here this week to keep myself busy and occupied. I don't know what we're going to be doing for the outreach. I know we're going to start researching for new videos. Like we just finished our wave videos last week, and now we're doing, I think, earth science or something like that, which Madison and I have no clue about whatsoever because we haven't learned about it since probably the 4th grade. So we're going to start researching for that. So I don't know if we'll start recording this week or next week. So that'll decide how much time I have in the evenings to do what I want, if I have to edit those videos or not. But hopefully I can get outside and do something fun, maybe go hiking or something. The only problem is I think it's supposed to, see, I've seen 2 things. I've seen it's either supposed to be like mid-90s all week, or that it's supposed to like pour all week. And the weather app on my phone, I don't really trust that much. It said rain every single day, but I'm pretty sure it says rain like every day I look at it. So I'm not sure if that's true, but the 90s thing, I'm pretty sure that's true. So if it's like 95, I'm probably not going outside. I'm probably going to sit very close to that air conditioner and enjoy the cool air that blows off of it. But that's, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't have any plans, you know. So overall, that's pretty much it for this evening. Catch up with you when I do. Have a swell day, and peace.